Hello guys, welcome back to the Camby Dude channel. I have a nice vlog for you. I got 3 workouts in one, where I have an overhead day, a deadlift day, and then kind of an events day when I headed down to New Jersey the day before my press seminar at the Strong Box with Johnny Waz. So yeah, it'll be a good one. So a couple of things since we last chatted. So coming up in less than 3 weeks at the Arnold Classic, I will be exhibitioning at the Animal Cage, doing some log on Friday at 12 p.m. So if you guys are around, come see me. I think I'll probably I'm not sure how long it will take, but I'll at least be there for an hour. I think there's gonna be like hour slots for each athlete. So if you're around, come see me at the Animal Cage, but I'll also be at the SBD booth and the Zone booth throughout the weekend as well. And then also the events have come out officially. We, of course, as athletes already knew the events for Europe's Strongest Man, but they're officially been posted, so we can talk about it. So we have a anchor carry to chain drag. We have a press medley. We have axle deadlifts. We have a shield carry, and then we have the castle stones to finish up with. I still don't have quite a bit of weights, but you can kind of guess based on some of the kits. I think the anchor to the chain drag is probably like 100 kilos, and then I think at 300 kilos the chain. And then press medley is going to be, I'm not quite sure. The shield carry is about 200 kilos. I think the deadlift looks like, if it's the drums, it's going to be 350 kilos or 770, and then depending if we use the light stones or the heavy stone set. So that's also the big question. So leading into it, so I think just based off of my strengths and looking at the contest, I think it's really important for me to get off at a hot start, do really well in the carry and drag, and then of course do what I do on the press medley, and I should be in a good position against a really stacked lineup. So that should be another video where we're talking a little bit about predictions, where everything kind of falls, but we'll get into that at some point. But starting to get excited. So less than 8 weeks, but I can't get too crazy, or it's going to consume my mind. So for the most part, easy does it. Just focus on what I need to do week per week. So yeah, right now doing some log for the Animal Cage. Still kind of undecided exactly what I'm going to do in there. I'm thinking maybe some potentially heavy strict presses or push presses, or a mixture of everything. But I'm still training log as just really want to bring it up, and I feel pretty comfortable with it right now. So we'll see kind of what I produce in the Animal Cage, and then what kind of applications to log I apply for the medley come Europe's Strongest Man. So for this log workout, I was thinking originally like three doubles at 391, but I was a little beat up from the week, so I decided to take at least 5 singles. On the last set, I was trying to do another double, but I think I was a little exhausted at that point. But I was pretty happy with that volume. I don't think I've ever done 5 singles like that above like 370, and this was about 390. Got to reweigh the log, but I'm pretty sure it's around 390 lately. But you know how wood can dry out and all. But happy with the progress, and then just accessories. Floor press madness. Floor press madness. Floor press madness. We love the floor press. We love the floor press. It works our triceps really hard. It works our triceps really hard. Floor press. Floor press. Floor press. Floor press. Floor press. And then I finished up with some shrugs. I recently got back my farmer's handles from TBS, so I could work it at home a little bit. So I haven't really worked too much grip. I don't have grip at Europe's. Maybe we'll see later competitions this year. So thought it would be a good one to work the grip and work the traps. Who doesn't like big traps? I know I like big traps. Anybody who doesn't like big traps is kind of weird. Just my opinion. Don't hurt me. Now we're getting into deadlifts. Actual deadlift at the contest. I want to slowly kind of ramp up there. This is my second week back in the suit. I borrowed my buddy Nico the Greek Goliath's small suit. It now fits me better than it did last year since I put on a few more pounds. So it's a little tighter. It's not the tightest it could be, but definitely gives me a little more of an edge. And I think kind of what I like there. I don't want to go too crazy where there's too many variables if my weight does change, because I think after the Arnold I'm going to try and lean up, just because Europe's is a very kind of athletic, kind of a fast moving show. And let's say just I always want to be prepared. Let's say I get into the Worlds. Worlds is always a very athletic, moving show. As well as supposed to be in Sacramento, which is supposed to be super hot. So the goal is to stay athletic. So the suit might get a little kind of less tight just because if I lose some weight, but it's still much better than it was last year. So these felt pretty good progression, and did three sets of 4, and then I worked up to the final set about 665 with a set of 4, and then I'm going to keep progressing until next week, and then kind of do a speed week heading into the Arnold, and then really ramp up that month for Europe's. So excited. Axel has been feeling great so far. I've been working the banded pull-aways recently. I think I need a better band. I think that one's kind of losing its tension, getting a little bit older on me. But still feeling the effect. Just forcing some lat engagement. Sometimes I don't really think about it, but on my podcast I had Josh Spurgeon on, and I agree with him. When you start using figure 8s, you lose your ability to really lock in your lats, or it hinders your ability to lock in your lats on your deadlift. So I always kind of add these in, especially if I'm using figure 8s. I imagine I'm going to use figure 8s for an actual deadlift. So for the most part, I think it's a kind of good exercise. And I like to use, right now I'm using like 5-inch blocks here. And I think that gives me pretty good feeling. But it's also, I think, a great way to do like drop sets and a variation after my main movements that's still kind of working towards my main goal. Usually I'm better off the floor. My lockouts usually is where I would struggle more so on the lift. So really addressing those weak points and making sure I bulletproof going into the big show. Hey, yo, we're down in New Jersey. What's up? Fist pumping. Belmar, where you at? DJs, in my car. All right, I'm done. Yeah, so, of course, now, this was my workout from last Friday, right before the seminar on Saturday. So I did a few things, kind of working towards the animal cage and working some event items. So I started off with some log strict press. I don't normally do them off the blocks or the pads here, and just kind of go right into my rack positioning. Usually I need that clean to have the right feeling, but I want to try something a little different, something a little more challenging. So thinking that, of course, the top sets of 4x5 and 3x5 is going to be some good work and kind of working towards things. So I'm kind of rebuilding the log again now, just since I went so heavy in my previous log workout. So yeah, enjoy these sets. So first time touching the chain in a few years now. It usually takes a little time to get myself warmed up. It took me a few tries on it before I really felt comfortable using the chain again and getting the right rhythm. Obviously, this chain is probably around like 600 poundish in terms of weight, but obviously come game day it's going to be more on a convention floor surface.
It's funny because when I showed up, I'm like, oh, Johnny expanded the mat. It's gonna be perfect for doing 20 meters. Fuck this. You want to see me? I couldn't do the like. At one point, I was like this. Yeah, ready. Try to document. All right. I didn't have chalk.
Maybe a little bit higher on you, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So like kind of pavement would work much well rather than these wet, moist pads that I was using. But this is probably better training for anything. So maybe it'll translate come game day. But I felt like it took me a few tries, but finally got into the rhythm of some good chain pulling. I think the biggest thing is kind of moving the feet, keep back for it, and a lot of quad engagement. So felt good there. And to finish up the workout, I thought just try some. John has some pretty cool stuff in his gym. Still need to work the stones. I think I'm a little undertrained on the stones, but usually that's one item that's usually pretty good for me, no matter what. As long as I'm strong and my GPP is high, my stones should be pretty good. So I just practiced some one motion stones. I did chocolates. I worked on these rogue molds. They're like a rubber stone, but they're very dense. I think they have like a solid core. So worked up. Started with 100, the 151, and 200, and just worked the one motions on there, and felt pretty good. So a nice added piece. They're probably pretty expensive, so I don't know if I would buy it my own, but something to try whenever I'm down at Johnny's. And that's today's vlog today, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, notification bell so you know when all the cool videos are coming. Still slacking on the podcast, still working on some guests. I'm also in the thick of training, so I usually kind of struggle lining up guests when I'm pretty busy into my own competition preps, but I'll do a little better job. Special thanks to Johnny Wojcicki for having me down for the seminar and training before. And remember now, 3 weeks now, I'll be at the Arnold, so exciting to see all you guys there. See you guys in the animal cage. I'm an animal. I can't be contained unless I'm in the cage. But looking forward to it. Canby shirts are still available at objects.com. And until next time, everybody.